Oh, hello out there, RPG Limit Break. I am Dead Pulse, the man after midnight. Joining me in the booth for this race tonight is Soft Gnome. How's it going, buddy?
Doing pretty well over here. Have quite the exciting kind of lineup here for our ducklings. Today we will be following Maple KZ on your left-hand side and Thavian Hawk on the right-hand side there. So let's talk a little bit about the party compositions. We've got sort of a divergence in route already, if you will.
Oh my, we got Thief Rainbow on the left side, and then we have a Lord Fizzlebee special on the right side.
A Lord Fizzlebee special. Eschew the white mages. May they never cross your path.
I'm a fan of white mages. Everyone knows that. And the white mage in this has Cure 3 and promo fighter armor. Let's see, the red mage has buff magic and +2 magic defense per level that they get. Oh, that's really nice. Fighter has some extra vitality and 800 gold. Doing pretty well here.
Yeah, the thief has some extra agility, which is good, but sometimes it's just redundant. And then improved Thor hammer. So if you find the Thor hammer and it rolls up and it implies the thief can use it, which is part of the blessing, then you can have a really nice thief with a hammer.
Absolutely delicious.
Yeah. I mean, it's good if it all works out, but like everything kind of gotta work out. I did want to mention too that for that red mage, the buff magic, usually they'll get fast and temper. So it's actually like out of the gate, you've already got your fast and your temper kind of at least located. You won't get more than 2 or 3 charges, but uh-oh. And we're off. And Corneria is Corneria. We do have the entrance shuffle and town shuffle on. Typically, you won't see the... we don't shuffle the town of Corneria. You kind of got to be able to get level 1 stuff. Well, Maple's using friendly names, which always throws me off.
Oh, yeah, so we have entrance and town shuffle. So the floors aren't going to be shuffled for this. Yeah, going back to the runners quick, both of these runners are ducks. Both have gotten very quick. I'm not going to lie, the Duck Derby coming up in 3 weeks. We could be seeing a preview of some of the matchups that we got going on.
3 weeks? We're only 3 weeks out from the Derby starting? That is great. So for RPG Limit Break that may not know, the Duckling Derby is sort of our newbie program here. I was in it, but due to time constraints and personal things, I had to drop out. But it's a great program. We're right now in the middle of the Duckling Boot Camp, where experienced runners, such as Dead Pulse, tell inexperienced runners, such as myself, how to not suck. So I expect to come out of this commentary experience not touching a controller at all, being able to do everything.
And that's guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely. Has anybody checked the caster item? Thavian Hawk getting the bridge boss out of the way here.
I haven't looked, but if that's the Thor hammer, oh my goodness, we are good to go.
It is not the Thor hammer, because I saw Maple in the weapons menu, but I did not see the item menu anywhere. And so it looks like Ordeals is one of the Cardia Islands. And then we have Titan's West at the Witch's Hut. The Witch's Cave, I guess.
Yeah, both not having any incentive locations. Oh, we get Lefane over at Provoca. That could be something good. If we have a lot of money, we could go buy a bunch of spells right away.
Oh yeah, because I think we still have the Lefanian Superstore on these flags, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Lefanian Superstore, best Superstore.
Yep, and so this just lines up all the magic you can buy, except for the magic in Gaia and the magic in Onrak.
No, it does take the magic in Onrak. The magic in Gaia, unfortunately, the level 7 and 8 are not accessible here, but I mean, what are the chances there's going to be something good there?
I know, like Fast is never level 7, right?
Every time.
Every time. Well, it's level 5. That's not the best, but not the worst. It does mean that your red mage, I haven't seen the red mage's spells yet on either screen, but assuming they have fast at level 8 as well as part of their free spell package,
Yeah, Fast being in slot 3 at level 5 means that it's promotion locked, but both the Red Mage and Black Mage are going to be able to learn it. Temper was in slot 2 at level 6, which means that's locked from the Red Mage. Only the Black Mage will get it.
Yeah. As a rule of thumb, you can. It doesn't always work, but usually slot 2 is Red Mage locked. Most of the levels, most of the time. But that's at least the way I do it, because I can't memorize all that yet. But we have Dia 2, which is pretty nice. We have improved White Mage on, so if you buy Dia being what was called Harm in the original game, if you buy it, it will affect all the enemies. Now, it basically low rolls all the enemies, but it gives the White Mage a little bit of a boost along with these kind of healing and other spells.
Oh no! This means that diving. This is the last location that they have. They have to dive Sea Shrine to try to find the incentive, which is in a random unlocked location.
What? Oh right, because they don't start with the canoe either. So yes,
they are like
they have to go find incentive in the water shrine. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and this is gonna be like the ship or something, or the canoe. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, so it's going to be either the ship and we go to Marsh, or the canoe and we can either go to Marsh or Ice. But, yeah. I do like how both of our ducks here have decided to just nope out of that a little bit. I'm kind of, Fabian, I think, backtracking, kind of trying to figure out if there's another option.
Oh no, you don't get a choice, Maple.
No. This is what has to happen here. Sorry.
So here's the thing: if you can, you have warp, you probably have exit, because I saw exit as one of the earlier level spells.
Mm-hmm.
You can dive here, and with the thief, you can probably run away, or you could take some battles right in Sea Shrine. Like right around the stairs, just take a couple of Gershark encounters, bam, you're level 10.
Exit is slot 2, level 3.
One of our racers has it.
So, right. I thought that was the case. That means that Maple has access to exit, although they both have access to warp. Because, right? The Black Mage started with warp, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're fine. Yeah, we got a Zeus Bunk. We got a pocket full of dreams. We are ready to rock.
What did we expect to happen there, Maple?
We're saving that delicious experience.
Yeah, I'm down. All right.
Yeah, Hate rolled this seed. Absolute madman.
I love how much will and malice that randomizer communities, and all of them do this, assign to the person who pushes the button to make the computer roll the seed. This is now Hate seed, and Hate is putting our ducklings through what should really kind of be their final test here. But, it's only week 4 now. It's week 4?
Now, right. It's this is week 4 of the boot camp. 2 more weeks to go after this. What everyone should be saying out in the universe out there on RPG Limit Break, who's been watching VOD reviews that I've been doing, is saying missteps. Sea Shrine is one of my pet peeves that people don't, they miss a lot of steps in it. And I can't help but notice it, and I hope you do too.
I notice it. For instance, Maple, I know one of the things there in Sea Shrine is that when you're grabbing those chests, you want to come down before you go left or right, because the bottom row is blank squares, but you should probably explain to our audience exactly what you mean, Deadpool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So anytime that you're in a dungeon, you want to step in front of doors or walk along the bottom of rooms, because those are all quote unquote free steps. They don't advance the encounter table. And that's what you want when you're trying to get through dungeons as quick as possible, not take as many encounters. So I harp on it a little bit. It's it's a quirk.
Yeah, it's a quirk, but honestly, ducklings, if you just think about go up and down before you go left, or always try and go left and right on the bottom before you go up and down up. It'll fit most of the time that you're gonna spend doing this. The tiles in front of doors is a good thing too, to make sure you're walking in front of, especially the second level of volcano. You can get through there without, I think there's 3 steps total you have to take, or 2. It matters a lot. Taking one less encounter in a dungeon is probably like a minute worth of time, and lots of races are decided in less than a minute. So.
Oh no, we just found the defense sword. Maple did in that 5-pack chest up here. You know what that means? I don't care if we're level 9. We're taking on Kraken. Let's go.
Oh, and we found the ruby. On Maple's side there. So we have the ruby. We have Titan's West. That opens up another map location and a randomizer is the.
It is not incentivized, but it's going to open up something that we need. So that means it's going to open up to a location that leads to another location.
Yeah. Okay.
I.e. Sarda or.
It could come out in Marsh, I think.
Yeah, it could also come out in Marsh or that area. It could also come out in the promotion, the Bahamut Islands.
Oh, right, because Bahamut's Horde still on, and so you can just get to.
No, but they are randomizing all of the dead end locations.
Oh, okay.
So if we come out at where promotion is in Bahamut's Vanilla Bahamut, we have another location to go to, and that's going to lead to our
that
progression.
Would have to be like ordeals or something with an item.
Yep, correct.
And this may sound a little strange, but this is sort of the logic you have to do when you're doing some of these things. It looks like sea trolls have quad X. And have
no.
cooked our ducklings. I mean, I guess ducklings don't have a goose to cook, so cooked our ducklings duck. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, Quad Axe just destroying Maple, but we have all the information. We know that there's really only 2 chests we need to go to. I think what we need to do is go back, res our party, get exit so we can get out. And I think we're good to go. Thavian Hawk down to 2 characters. Just the thief and the red mage ambushed by ghosts.
Yep. Making a run of this, though. Do you think I wonder if Maple was... I wonder if Maple lacks spell levels for exit. At that HP, they shouldn't, but...
Well, the white mage was dead going in, and we didn't have any charges of warp on the black mage. So we just kind of said, all right, we're going to try to walk this out.
Yeah, we had used a few of them trying to save that first floor, which was better than nothing in this case because we didn't lose all that experience, which is really good. Sometimes, and previously in the Duckling boot camp here, we do turn on a flag that is called Save on Game Over, which means that you actually do save your progress when you game over, but I do not believe it is on this time, and so you just get reset like normal.
Yep, save on Game Over, never heard of it.
Yep. And so you see here, Maple shouldn't have chicaned out towards the door, instead of gone all the way down and walked along the free tiles on the bottom of the room and then left through. For instance, those are steps that we took extra.
Yeah, but this time Maple did take the correct steps at the beginning.
I didn't see the beginning.
Oh, is Thavian Hawk is going towards... Oh, nope. Get out of here. Nope, we're leaving. All right. I thought for a second Thavian Hawk was going for Kraken. Now, someone mentioned something about the Bane Sword. With the Defense Sword and the Bane Sword, Kraken is possible.
Yeah, but if you're Maple, I think if you're Maple in this situation, you want to get out. You go feed a Titan, and you see what else you can get. Because if you run into anything easier than Sea Shrine, then you're probably pretty well off. Like the Front of Earth would have something that would be much more level appropriate.
Yeah, but I can't
lots
wait
of
for the end of this race to see if any racer decided, yep, I'm taking on Kraken. Let's do this.
Well, we do have a pretty healthy mix of participants, I believe, this time. Yeah, Ale and Schumer running, Ravioli's running. So I'm willing to bet some of our non-duckling participants will go for that. Expensive houses, cheap cabins. Not expensive houses, just normal.
Yeah, but
houses.
thank goodness both of our racers make it out with that ruby.
Yeah, and so unlocking a little bit more of the seed here. Hopefully we'll be able to, hopefully we'll open up a little bit here for them instead of kind of being locked into the inner sea, but doing a good job always saving. Always save. You can't oversave, you can only undersave. I mean, that's not exactly true, but...
Oh, it might as well be true.
Yeah. Oh, a program.
That would have been very useful 10 minutes
against some of the sea trolls. So you had to beat the sea trolls to get the thing to beat the sea trolls. Yes. That's very FFR for you. Oh, and we came out in Sarda's hut. So now we get to go to Titan's West. And hopefully it'll be something fun. Oh, it's Ice Cave. That's not what we wanted to see at all.
God. Hate the 13th. Thank you very much for asking if I wanted to calm, because I would be so angry if I were running this. Let's go to the two worst places possible and need that for the beginning progression.
Yeah, I did say something fun, and I guess this is something fun for somebody. I don't know if it's fun for anybody that's actually participating here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy I'm watching this too. I'm glad that I did not exercise an opportunity to run tonight. We do have warp though, so this isn't actually too bad. We can. Ooh, and there's our boat. So, where does the boat end up here?
The boat is going to head back to Canaria Castle, the first dock.
Okay.
Whenever you find it, quote unquote, outside of an inner sea location. And even though this is Ice Cave, it is technically Titan's West, which means that it's going to pop up at the only place that you know you can get back to, which is Canaria Castle.
All right. I legitimately did not know that.
Let's hope our racers remember that.
Well, it's not like they have that much. I don't think they have that much real estate to really check here. There's only a handful of docks total that they have access to. So
this is true.
You know, it's not like they can get lost around, let's say south of Elf or whatever, trying to look for something. See, and this was better. Going all the way to the right on the bottom was way better than getting up there and going to the right on the top. You save some steps.
So we have a couple of different strategies here. Thavian Hawk opted to not res his two other characters. He's now got a thief and a red mage at level 14. Oh, Maple is getting the business by these burbs.
Yeah. And poor Maple just looking at their exit charges going, why didn't I do this? But does get out, does make it out, does drop a save. So
while I was watching,
an unfortunate end.
Oh, sorry. While I was watching Maple, did Thavian Hawk also get destroyed by the burbs and the mummy?
No, Thavian walked something out, and I didn't exactly kind of see what. We went into, we were in ice and we were walking out, so.
Nope, burbs got him. Our tracker Odrin for this.
Oh, birds actually did get him. He was trying to get out. So maybe he had the item and was trying to make a mad dash and go to the party member store, get our boat, go see some of our other friends, maybe our elf friends, maybe our marsh friends, who knows.
Oh, just look at this disgusting, oh my goodness, cocktresses with thunder. Oh, this disgusting party that Thavian Hawk has found.
Wait. Oh, and the mummies have flash. The Wiz mummies have flash. That's good. That's a pack you're gonna see a lot. Not a lot, but it does appear other places. So
wait a
it's
minute.
good to know
What?
it has.
Why is this? What? No, the ship is Naprovoca.
Wait, what? It. I thought I saw it. Wait.
No, the ship is supposed to be at Canaria. It doesn't matter that
I thought
it was
at
vanilla.
Canaria. Go south. No, south. It wasn't. That is a really strange. I guess that's the closest place to Titan's West.
Yeah.
That's on the inner sea. I guess. All right.
No, that didn't make a lick of sense. I have no idea if that's correct or supposed to happen. All I know is we have the ship. Now let's do something that doesn't involve Ice Cave or Sea Shrine.
Which, right. Well, Elf is Elf. And, Elf Castle is Marsh.
Yeah, Marsh Cave, the next worst choice we could possibly have. Thavian Hawk, again, getting destroyed by that party. Good lord.
Maple, there's... Now I said that.
Yeah, we got random incentive in...
Yeah, random incentive, so there could
in
be
Marsh.
something up here. Oh, I'm like, there's nothing up there, but no, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I absolutely love this play.
And Scum with Cremate. The magic is just not nice to us today. Luckily, we found the store, and so we have a lot of charges of various heals. And I never come to this floor. Who comes to this floor? Dragon Sword? That's pretty good. Good experience there. Definitely the best way to do Marsh Cave is right next to a town, so you can always save your progress. That's always nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're rooting for Thavian Hawk to make it out of here this time. If not, I think Thavian Hawk is going to have to go res his party and try to use the power of numbers to see if he can run from some of these groups.
Yeah. I mean, we're making our way to... I mean, 15's pretty good here. Let's see how we fare. Lots of good experience chests early, too. Helps out. Wood, Opal, Cheerio.
Opal +4. Garbage. Throw it out. 42 absorb on that.
Oh, look, iTile.
Things are starting to look up.
Well, sort of. Depends on what the eyes start with. If they have rub, then, maybe not. This one just managed to swing fruitlessly at the red mage and then die. And... wait. Oh, yeah, random incentive. I'm like, we have an incentive $242, but no. Random incentive.
Well, I'm breathing a sigh of relief because Thavian Hawk, third try is the charm, as we are out and we're going to go collect our ship.
So Thavian apparently believes the same thing all the rest of us do, is that the ship should be there. So we may need to bring this to the attention of the devs. We have a great dev community for Final Fantasy Randomizer. Oh, and we found the rock, which doesn't really help us a lot.
Well, that's the first bit of good news that we have because in this flag set, Sarda, early Sarda is turned off, which means if we found Sarda and we hadn't beat the vampire yet, we wouldn't get whatever delicious key item Sarda was hoarding.
And it does kind of mean that, well, it doesn't have to mean this, but it might mean that we find Earth sooner rather than later. Earth would be a nice find, I think, for both of these parties right now.
We're just ticking off the list of places that nobody wants to go. So that means that, you know, Marsh Cave is probably going to be Earth, and then Astos Castle, the Northwest Castle, probably going to be Procgen Waterfall, and then we can just check off, you know, the worst places to be.
Yeah. You know where Marsh is, but Procgen Waterfall is always fun. Procgen Waterfall at at Northwest Castle. Definitely a checker. We still need to check what's at Marsh too. Maybe it will be Earth. That would be fun. Oh, Mirage out of Northwest. That's an interesting possibility.
Hate. Haven't you done enough?
Well, but at some point in time, you run out of nasty scripts. Because the scripts are all just shuffled around. It's not like you can have 12 different Thunders unless there's 12 different Thunders in the base game. So eventually, we run out of bad scripts.
Well, that hasn't happened yet, I'll tell you what.
Well, right, but that means the more we see, the fewer that we're going to get. Right? I mean, that's how that works.
Yep, that's how we're going to sleep at night.
Yeah, I mean, I have to keep telling myself this. I feel really mean rooting against runners. They're so nice to us. They give us this nice show, this nice display. Oh, there's a bottle for sale in Elf. I don't know why, but it seems like Elf is the easiest place to forget to buy the caravan item.
Yeah, it's toppled quite a few runners not checking that one. But so taking a look at the time, we're at 25 minutes in. Anyone who wasn't joining us from the beginning, we'll do a little bit of a recap here. So this flag set is week 4 of the boot camp. This is entrance and town shuffle. That means that, you know, you walk into Elfland Castle and it could be anything. It couldn't be a boat. We already have that. But it could be Temple of Fiends, it could be Mirage, it could, you know, you name it, it's here. During this time, we had to go to Sea Shrine, you know, at level 2, the only entrance available to us that had a key item. We then had to dig the ruby out of it, then go through the Titan's Tunnel to go over to Ice Cave, and both places just had deadly things. So once we got out of Ice Cave to get the ship, then we could come down to where we just exited, which was Marsh Cave in the Elfland Castle location to get the rod. We are now at Canaria Castle, in which we just got the canoe, and Maple is going to give us a preview of what this item is going to be, and that is the floater. So after 26 minutes, both runners, after all the trials and tribulations, we have just gotten our canoe and floater. The world is now our oyster.
Yep. Not that this is going to vex our runners that much, but we do still have to get over and get our airship, but I'm not sure that I don't know that we'll see our runners really stop for much between here and there. Woe on to be anyone who didn't take it through. So lockpicking is helping us out here. Normally, those locations in Cornelia are locked, but now that we've got our thief a high enough level for this flag set, they now open all the locks that are open with the key, like thieves you might normally think would.
So now the real game begins. We have the floater. We're going to run around and see what kind of locations we have. So it looks like Crescent Lake turns into Provoca, which is vexed by pirates. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Where do you think the sages went? Do you think the sages became the pirates? That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I've never trusted those sages.
Oh, no. Man, sometimes they're wandering around, and I had one time where like they were just talking bad about each other. It's like the sage in Crescent Lake is untrustworthy.
I should get a petition to have Saracen make one of the derby flags have confused old men.
Confused old men is the best. It really is.
It's terrible.
It's great. And so for those of you new, confused old men is one of our fun flags. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but it turns on the movement script for all the circle of sages that exist in Crescent Lake, or as I like to call them, the drum circle or the hippie circle or whatever. But then they're all mixed up by the time you get to them, and you don't know which one's got your canoe, and it's just kind of terrible. But it's kind of funny. I always laugh when it's on, and I forget.
I sit there and talk to 15 of them, and there's only 8 of them. I still don't have the item.
So I don't understand why
+5 out of there.
Saracen just answered your request no again. I don't understand why we think that floor and entrance shuffle is a valuable skill, but tracking down old men seems like something that you need to learn how to do in Final Fantasy Randomizer.
You've converted me. I fully agree.
I mean, we do a lot of tracking down old men. You'd think you'd want more practice. Vorpal +5 and a Bane +5 and an Adamant, which is pretty nice. We know where Dwarf is. Dwarf is, I don't remember where, but we do know.
So Maple taking a little bit of a gamble here. We faded Earth level 1 to get the 6 chests on Earth level 2, and now I think we're going to continue on and clear out Earth 3, getting the womp womp that Earth 1 had the incentive.
Yep.
But we get to see Earth 3 is not a floor that a lot of people check chests on. I can't remember the last time I checked chests on this floor.
Yeah, usually the only chests you see people take are like the one that Thavian's taking right now is helped out by the better trap treasures tile. So if that flag is on, then that's usually a good take. And then the one right by the vampire usually gets taken whether it's incentivized or not. But yeah, most of the people don't full loot this. There's a lot of steps to it, not a lot of gain. But we're going to microwave a vampire and lightning a vampire, and the vampire dies, as we would expect. Grey Worms are pretty good experience. So
yeah, they're a little squirmy though.
They are, but I don't know. I'd have fought it. Maybe I'm just reckless. I haven't been beaten down by the randomizer enough. Some gold.
But I like that both racers are taking this opportunity and saying, you know what, I have the toolkit. I'm going to be able to take out Lich. Let's go and do it. I want to feel like I'm getting somewhere. Now, one thing that I said last night as we were looking at the preview for this was that the first 30 minutes of this match, it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere. And that's just a universal thing because you're leveling up, you're finding locations. You usually have to do a little bit of a run around to get to where you need to go. It took 25 minutes to get the floater and the canoe, but I think the next 20 minutes are just going to fly by, and we're going to be getting to Topher, around the hour mark.
Yeah, and there's just not a lot of scaling, so the challenge of the seed is not can you get to the right levels for endgame. The challenge of the seed is going to be the tracking between where things are and learning kind of that skill. So that makes a lot of sense for our ducklings.
Now, I actually would have had a little pause before going into Earth Cave, specifically because I know that those mummies were coming up.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It was on the Wiz Mummies, or the Wiz Mummies had something else.
The Wiz Mummies had, I think it was Sleep Touch, or something had Sleep Touch in Ice Cave, but the mummies definitely had something.
Well, the mummies, I think, had Blizzard,
yep.
And the birdies had Thunder. And I swear the Wiz Mummies had like Snort or something. Oh, Thavian Hawk finds ordeals, decides to do ordeals. Ordeals is always good. I'm a big
33-minute
fan of
ordeals feels bad.
Yeah, but can you really make those judgments in this kind of seed? You know. One thing I was going to mention too that while you were talking about like it taking a long time to start out the seeds, the randomizer doesn't ensure that you can make it from one end of the seed to the other, and that you will never be what we tend to call soft locked by not having any options to gain a key item to progress. But it only has to offer you one place. So a lot of times until you get, some good movement tech like the floater, it's just leading you along the path it wants you to take. Go here, go here, go here. So it can seem a little bit constraining. And if it's always easy, once you know the way, it's always easy to imagine how somebody could have just first locationed everything and you're super behind.
Now, there's a couple of things that are going to be a feels bad. We did not find the canal yet.
True.
This means that there is an incentive location out there that is the canal, and it's going to feel really bad when it's at the end of this ordeal.
Yeah. You're very correct there. I hadn't really thought of that.
Yeah, another item is the key, because everyone should have taken a thief with this. And if you didn't, you probably forfeited already. But they have thief lockpicking at level 15, so finding the key is another womp womp.
And hate pointing out too that the number of locations that canal can be is fairly low. Because even though everything's all mixed up, the logic will still put it on the inner sea. So,
will it?
I actually don't know that I'm saying that. I don't know. The boat ended up in some weird dock. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
When things are happening.
The boat ended up in a dock I didn't know existed. Okay,
Well, we got the herb from ordeals, so I bet that herb is going to turn into something just spectacular.
What would be really nice is the chime. Or actually, I don't know. So does on this specific flag set, does Mirage still lead to Sky?
So you don't need the chime to get into Mirage. You only need the chime to get into the vanilla location, and that doesn't have to be required.
Okay. Right, that makes sense. But I meant the cube. Let's say I took the cube into Mirage. Am I going to get into Sky?
Yes, you need to get the cube, and that will transport you.
But is it mixed up, or is it always going to be Sky because the dungeon randomization's on?
No, if it's entrance floor shuffle, if the floors are shuffled, then the cube doesn't have to take you to a Sky location. But because it's only entrances, when you enter to Mirage, like Thavian Hawk just found, this will go all the way to the end. So you'll get to the cube block, use the cube, and that gets you to Sky.
That makes sense. Awesome. Because it could go either way. It could be a shuffled place, but it would be kind of obnoxious. Imagine. And we found Temple of Ordeals, which is always a good thing to find.
Yeah, Temple of Fiends, great, because not only is this where we need to end up, but we'll get to talk to Princess Sarah, who then is going to teleport herself back to Canaria Castle and have a key item waiting for us there.
Without us. Which in this case is good because it wouldn't take our airship with us. But normally isn't that great. Oh. Well then. Looks like Forest Cardia is loaded. Pretty much.
So now here's what I'm thinking as I'm going through. So I know where 3 of the fiends are. We've killed one. We've killed Lich on both sides. We obviously know where Sea Shrine is, and that doesn't require the Oxyale. We know where Tiamat is, which doesn't require the chime. There's not a lot of key items that might be required. We might be able to not get the Oxyale or the chime. We just need to get the loot in the cube and call it a day.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Is the tail's incentivized though, right? I think we would like to see the tail.
Yeah, probably.
Just because it seems like some of our caster, and that's not really what we wanted the robot to give us. Since we don't know where Matoya is yet, that's just something we have to keep in our back pocket. Doesn't give us any extra direction. Lots of places to check, of course, and it's always good to have, but probably
You know what?
something else.
I don't care for the greater than less than
there we
room,
go.
which is what Thavian is in. But Thavian Hawk has found not only the loot, but the power gauntlets and a gold +5 bracelet. Meanwhile, Maple immediately turning in the crystal and finding the
The TNT?
the tail. Found the tail.
The tail. The tail's in Cardia. Does that qualify as lazy Bahamut? Not sure.
It's pretty darn lazy.
It is pretty darn lazy. I mean, like, it's just over there, dude. I don't even think you need a boat.
It's the herb from Ordeals is turning into the ribbon -3, the greatest ribbon that you think you're ever going to find.
I mean, ribbon -3 is still a ribbon. We don't really rear the ribbon for the absorber anyway. So, always really nice to find. And Maple finding Bahamut and becoming a ninja. And gaining access to a bunch more magic, which will be great.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what Maple wanted to find. We have the Vorpal +5, which is a reasonable weapon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of fighters, so Vorpal's okay. It'll do, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thavian Hawk finding the Proc Gen waterfall. So this doesn't look familiar to anybody who's ever played the game, and that is because it's absolutely Proc Gen. That the room with the incentive could be anywhere in it. Now I know Maple already went through it, but I'm gonna go over all the dead ends that Thavian hits just trying to find this. A little bit of exploring for people who just wish there was a little more Proc Gen.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, this is kind of, I believe this is kind of like the first proc gen that the devs worked on, because it's one of the more straightforward things to proc gen, but it's been a flag for a while, and I love it. Personally, I'm a huge fan of proc gen maze solving, so I am on board.
So Sarah said, I'm going to call you out. Always go up, he says.
But, so Waterfall has Sarda. We have the rod. We beat the vampire, so Sarda will give us something. Oh, and we found the crown. So we're just getting all of our fetch quests done.
So the locations that Maple still has to go to, I think Vanilla Ordeals. And I want to say the Oxiel, because Sea Shrine, we've already located, but the Oxiel is going to turn into some location.
Right. Oh, and the gold +5s are for sale too. I miss where Maple managed.
9,004 gold for a gold +5. Sign me up. You know what? I'll buy 16 of them.
I mean, okay. You can only use 4. You can hold 16. You can use 4.
Yep, I can use one. It's just like, you know what? One time bought myself 400 pairs of socks just so I could wear a new pair every hour.
Oh,
just like
I
the
thought
gold
you said
rings.
you were gonna put them all on at once and just not have to buy shoes.
Oh no, you don't want to get you don't want to wear one of those gold bracelets in Sea Shrine and then go to sky with it. That's just ridiculous.
Didn't you know all the plus 5-ness is lost if you go through one of those crystal warps? It just washes right out, like X-ray machines. So we're turning in the slab, and we get the Oxyel.
So there's still a chance that the Oxyel is necessary. We still haven't found Volcano, and we're running out of locations for it to be.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of think offhand. So here's the TNT adamant turn-ins for Fabian.
Oh, and a free ribbon in the 2 chest up there. Oh my.
So we found like a pro ring and 2 ribbons. So we're not gonna have. You were very right about the tempo of this seed, that the first 25 to 30 minutes we're going to feel like 2 hours, and the last 30 minutes is going to feel like 10, I think.
So that adamant that we ended up digging out, that turned into the canal, and the TNT turned into the key. Oh my goodness. Dwarf Cave, get out of here.
You still want to come here for the ribbon, to be fair, but still.
Oh, no, at this point, I'm too upset. I'd throw the ribbon just right into the sea.
Oh, man. Oh, I don't know if I've lost it that much on stream before, but I can't believe exactly the things you said would happen. It's just amazing. And then Sarah's got a Masa. That's not too bad. It's a Masa -3. I don't know where that rates it. Probably about defense sword, maybe a little less.
Masa -3 is still Masa -3. It is less valuable than the Vorpal +5, but not by much. Anywho, I think our runners are getting punished for not immediately going to vanilla ordeals, because I'm gonna bet dollars to donuts that is where Carrie is hiding.
Yeah, I mean, like you just got done saying, we're running out of locations where this could be, because I think we've seen Northwest Castle on Maple's side. So, and there's our possibly needed chime, although I believe Fabian was just there. I didn't see where.
Nope, there it is. There it is. Vanilla ordeals holding our 4th orb. Since we already have the loot and the key, we still need to find the cube, though. I don't think I've seen that, which is probably locked behind chime locked, hilariously enough. Because I'm pretty sure that's the last location is going to be the chime. And yeah, no, that's it.
The chime, the last.
No, unless if we didn't turn in the crown yet.
Well, did we find Northwest? Is it the crown turn in?
Yeah, Northwest Castle was according to Hate at Cardiograssi.
Oh.
Oh, and look, the chime turned into Bupkis. So no, the chime or the Oxyel, both of them not necessary.
Right. Or the TNT, or the adamant, or finding dwarf at all.
So many dud locations here.
Yeah.
Fabian Hawk getting blizzarded by Carrie.
Not often that happens.
I've got 2 ribbons. Not today, Carrie.
So Fabian lights his 2nd orb while Maple is just now starting through on theirs. So what percentage of a Danny seed is this at this point? Like, are we still at like 1 Danny, or is this more like a 0.8 Danny?
Listen, I don't want to tarnish the good reputation of Danny. This is nowhere near some of the death seeds that I have seen come out of her. That being said, it was super trolly.
I mean, She doesn't seem to mind, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, we haven't seen Topher yet. There's no nuke spiders. That's true. There's no nuke spiders, but I mean the jerk birds being real jerks is. Oh, is it short Topher? Oh well.
Yeah, we have short Topher, fight all refiend, refiend,
Oh,
refights, fight refiend.
Refiend.
That's what I'm
Sir,
calling
you
it
have
from now.
refiended me.
Refiending.
Well, the yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Temple of Fiends 2, the refiending.
Temple of Fiends 2, just refiend. Actually, that should just be the name of the sequel, is just Refiend. And then it's like a Topher adventure. I found some delicious steak here. While Maple gets their second orb lit. And we know where water is, and we can pretty much just go do that anytime we want. So, time to go remember where Northwest Castle is and turn in our crown.
Hope we took some good notes. Davian Hawk getting the womp womp. That nope, that chime useless as all get out. Odrin in chat telling me that the first versions are technically the refiends since they are the future. Get out of here with your logic.
If the one versions are the refiends, why do they have less hit points?
They're getting old. Hair's falling out. Happens to the best of us.
Well, that's when you want to fight them, though. Is when they're old and can't fight back, right? I mean, it's the best way to fight anything.
Life lessons here on RPG Limit Break from Dead Pulse and Sop.
Just fight helpless people, everybody. No, don't do that. Just a little bit of retread on our screens here while our runners get caught up with each other's progress here. I did want to just drop a note for everybody that if you do like what we are seeing here, you can join us over on FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, where you can find the randomizer and various tools to help and links to our Discord, where you can get even more help. Join the Duckling Derby. It is not too late. Comes in 3 weeks. So check it out.
That was an excellent segue.
Thank you.
Yeah, if anyone out there, like, just to reiterate, if you're thinking about, hey, look, this Final Fantasy Randomizer, look at all these cool people that are talking about it. Well, first off, you're smart and good looking for saying that. And second off, yeah, there's no better time than during the Duck Derby. You can watch some Saracen, run this thing, talking about how to get better, be better, get more enjoyment out of the game, and some different kind of game modes that you can play. Not to mention the Duckling Derby tournament that's coming up, which is, I'm going to say probably one of the most fun tournaments that I have participated in.
Now, I do want to call out in chat that Haste is saying that not all seeds are this brutal, but some seeds are this brutal, just to be clear. Sometimes the rando just decides that it's not being nice to anybody today. Kind of like today, really. This hasn't been the nicest seed for anybody.
Well, while we were chatting away and name-dropping Final Fantasy Randomizer, Thavian Hawk does turn in the crown, gets the cube. We are in Hago mode. Thavian Hawk charging down to kill a Tiamat, while Maple still has to turn in that crown to get the cube, but making their way to Kraken to get revenge in this location that we were at some 40 minutes ago, just trying to dig out that one key item.
Yep. It was sort of a very linear path until it exploded like an ink blot all over where you could go. So,
Now, Saracen, you should have turned on the floor maze on that floor. Really give the ducks what's for.
Vanilla Warmax, so we'll see if we see our friend the chicken, our friend the Shadowhawk, our friend of the Mad Cat.
Now, Fabian Hawk, 24 across those two characters. The Thief still only has 382 health. But unfortunately, we do not see any sort of robots.
Yay, robots.
On Maple's side, the Sea Troll casting Quad X. Guess what? That Thief has 308 health. Not going to affect me.
And we have a few defenses against that, too, with all of our ribbons. We're dressed up pretty ducks here.
Fabian Hawk making very short work out of Tiamat. As we have 3 orbs lit. Maple just engaging the Kraken fight. Kraken not doing that much damage. I know we've invised a little bit, but we're about to dial up that damage and make us a fish monster death. There we go. Oh, Fabian Hawk wasting no time. Already into Sea Shrine, 2nd level. Maple still has to go turn in that crown.
No.
Nope. But Maple also hasn't gone to Sarah. Gonna find the Massamain -3 though.
Yep. Find the Massa. Fabian going to be in go mode. Knows where Topher is. Because you could theoretically still not know at this point. And we'll just be in our refiends here pretty soon. See, we don't get to see the Quad X again. And then Maple finding out the extremely good news about the Dwarf Cave today. And the key, and just staring at the screen in disbelief. Yes, I understand. But
makes the play of the most likely to have the cube. 3 incentive locations turned in there. Unfortunately, all of them were worth a whole bag of nothing. As Fabian Hawk taking on his 4th fiend, seeing if we can make calamari by turn 3.
Yep. So Newt comes out for 114. 5 hits, 543. That ninja's going pretty good. And Kraken does not make it very much longer there. 3 hits and 371 takes Kraken down. Oh, and it looks like Maple has not tracked where Northwest Castle is.
Listen, there has been a lot to remember in this scene.
I am not blaming anybody, but unfortunately we're kind of trying to remember what places possibly we didn't check here, or what was where.
But Fabian Hawk, all 4 orbs lit in go mode. Now we just have to go back to Temple of Fiends. We brought up our other 2 characters. I don't think they're going to do too much. They're only, in their teens.
Yeah. Maybe you get lucky and absorb a really nasty hit, I guess. Well, at least Maple's now in sort of the right area to find Astos. There.
Oh, we still hadn't turned in the herb yet, which turns into the ribbon.
Our ribbon. And now we're gonna remember the crown.
Yeah, so on Fabian Hawk's side, you see the short Topher, so it's immediately on Chaos's floor. We have all of the chests that are in Temple of Fiends revisited. In that room. It's locked, gated by the loot plate. It is locked by the key, so we need both of those in this flag set. But We step on 4 encounters and have back-to-back Fiend refights.
Yep. It's like Carrie also got a hold of Quad X, not really making even Fabian's fighter that scared. 5 hits, 170, and Carrie goes down.
And Maple, I'm very impressed, going through, okay, I know where I need to go. Let's just figure out where it was, methodically getting to the location, not losing a terrible amount of time. Well, we know where we're going, and Maple is about to head into Sky, gonna light that 4th orb and be right on Davian Hawk's heels. Davian Hawk is just, Kraken has decided those 2 characters, no, they're not gonna survive this. Never heard of.
I mean, I guess they did their job, though. It's probably the best you can expect out of that particular setup there. Maybe one of them making it to Tia is a hopeful dream, but and you can see at what Dead Pulse was talking about there as we stepped across. There's no way to skip any of the refights here. They're just one right after the other, which is quite handy when you don't want to have to go through a whole Topher to get to the end.
That red mage barely alive. We're not doing a lot of damage here. Tiamat coming out with a stun fast on that thief who does have 1 power gauntlet and 1 defense sword in. We're healing potion, hoping for the best. 8 hits, 128. Yeah. Not going to cut it as Tiamat says, red mage, no.
Bane comes out, probably ribbon on that ninja, so not really expecting those things to hit. We do get through Tia, so we'll probably give this a go. There's very little reason not to just kind of at least see what happens. Always time.
Now we can do this one-on-one, Softum. That's what the game is all about.
Yeah, I don't know that this is the experience that the developers exactly intended 35 years ago or whatever it was.
Well, it may not be what was intended, but it's what they got. Davian Hawk going to be the first on stream to take on Chaos, as Maple is taking on their 4th orb, going to be following. If Davian Hawk loses this fight, it's going to be an even matchup. Chaos already missing, but casts a swirl. Oh my goodness, takes half the health out of this thief. Fire 3 comes up. We're down to 190 health. Softum, 1 nuclear, 1 nuke, and it's over.
Yeah, I guess we're just really hoping to fade this. We're on drink strats now. Drink up, hopefully survive. Oh no.
Oh no, fulfilling prophecy, Dead Pulse. Davian Hawk getting nucleared to bejesus and back, has to re-enter Temple of Fiends. Maple, I believe we cleared Tiamat. Did we?
Yeah. I thought we cleared.
I was too busy cheering for Davian Hawk.
Yeah, I think we also forgot where Topher was, and it's gonna be a while because it's on the same island. Maybe we were just coming back here to save.
Yeah, get some stuff. We are good to go. But Davian Hawk making his way.
We're going back to it. Okay, good.
Yep. Davian Hawk making his way through Lich 2 again. We have ourselves quite a race here, friend.
Oh, yes. We will probably be very neck and neck. Gonna go ahead and... Oh, no. Decide there's no time. I guess those 2 boxes cost you exactly 0 steps. Not in time. Not that there's encounters here on this flag set.
Put the ribbon on.
I think we might be deciding where all of these things go, so... Alright. And Thavian on to Kraken now. Short a Black Mage. We'll have to see here what comes out. So fighter
punch.
does nothing.
Punch by the fighter.
Punch
One damage.
for 1 damage. Nuke does 135. We're buffing up the ninja, which seems to be kind of our primary plan here. Gonna nuke us some calamari again. 366, a much better showing by nuke this time. Zap comes out. We have a ribbon and a per ring, so we're pretty good.
I am terrified of Zap. I am absolutely terrified. Not just one of the greatest American gladiators ever, but this is something that with only 1 ribbon on Maple's side is going to be a huge problem.
Exactly. But we will have to see how we get through Tia here. Tia was sort of our bane last time, while Maple's catching up, just 1 fiend or 2 fiends behind here, trying to finish off Carrie. 128 damage. A pretty big ice 2 comes through, but doesn't drop anybody, so that's always good to see. And we do get our buffed up thief there. 500 damage, terminated. Do some healing, and Thavian is back on chaos.
Thavian, I've seen this before.
While Maple still has all 4 standing for Kraken, so let's see if our 4-level strategy is working a little bit better for us today. Kraken is showing Maple stop that I don't think we had seen yet on Thavian's side. Not very nice here, but I guess it's, well, I was gonna say it's better than just punching people out, but then that's what we decided to do. Oh no, our white mage.
Thavian Hawk got zapped. Yeah, Thavian Hawk putting in some good damage, though. We survived the nuclear. 79 health, 4 hits, 703, down to 28 hit points. Fire 2 comes out for exactly 28. Oh no, Thavian Hawk goes down.
Oh no.
Exact
and Maple
number.
Is now in basically the same spot. Solo up against Tia. We'll see, probably get through this, I would imagine, and we'll see if Maple spares a little bit, but 16?
Oh no, 1 hit, 16 damage. That's not going to be enough. We got to go get some levels, fam. This is the danger. This is the danger of having a thief as a carry. You only have 400 hit points. This chaos is mean, to say the least. And quite honestly, Thavian Hawk was 1, maybe 2 hits away from killing chaos. But that required several healing potions and decent turn order to get to. We need to get a character to survive. We need a little bit of help getting through chaos.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I never know how you make that call, right? Of like, well, if I keep doing this, eventually I'll get an RNG lineup that probably lets me through. And Thavian's not wrong, right? You could grind this out. When do you stop and just go, like Maple strategy here of, well, there's some yummy vampires, I'm going to eat them.
Well, I'll tell you, when you got to chaos twice, and both times it was just with the thief, and both times about the same thing happened. That's what I expect to happen again. I think that we got average luck. Now, I could be wrong, but then again, down goes the black mage. So if we can get through this with the fighter still alive, we might have a real shot. Now, so the fighter immediately goes down because I said that. What I would do at this point, so the red mage, out of the 4 times that Tiamat hit, thief goes down.
Oh, we're not even going to try with the red mage.
That was wipe number 3. So the other problem I noticed is that the red mage had gotten hit by Tiamat 3 times for 301 damage. This leads me to believe that I need to move the red mage out of the 4th slot if I'm going to be doing this.
So explain, because I don't understand.
So when you notice things like that, it's going to be conducive to like an RNG loop. So let's say, for example, that you have your 2 party members in slot 3 and 4, like Thavian Hawk did, and Tiamat decides, I'm going to swing. The first thing that happens is they target a one of the slots. let's say slot 1, because that has a 50% chance. We target slot 1, but nobody's there. So then it repicks the target, and it keeps doing this, but it keeps moving to the next part of the dice rolling for hits. Without getting too deep into the explanation, it is not uncommon when you have your characters in the 3rd or 4th slot to get that kind of loop where you see the same damage and the same outcome is going to happen.
I see. That's quite interesting, actually, because I'd never had the RNG loop explained to me before. So no, thank you.
Yeah, that was my explanation was not great, and Zenobian is out there somewhere just shaking his head at me. but it's good enough. It's good enough for this to make sense. So Maple's taken a couple of levels. Not enough in my opinion, but we're going back in. We haven't seen chaos on Maple's side, so we don't know just the hot death which waits for us.
Yeah, we do have everybody but the Black Mage, which is going to be everybody that's going to be able to. Over 300, so I feel like that's going to help. Plus, life in battle is helpful. So, it's still my favorite sort of whatever you want to call it about the game is that it says that they're slain. It runs the slain script again, and that brings them back up. Very funny.
So Thavian Hawk making the adjustment, instead of getting levels, we went back, we got life 2 on the red mage. I think that's a really good call. I think we have a good shot now at getting through this with life.
Right. If we can life up after even just 1 or 2 of the battles, then that'll make it so much more survivable for Thavian.
Black Mage Punch for 1 damage.
I mean, does Lich really demand any more respect than that? I mean, I pushed A. What do you want? And predictably, Lich goes down while Maple is through with 4 characters to Tia, and I'm pretty sure only 1 life cast needed to be used so far. So, hopefully we'll get through Tia pretty quick here, and maybe we'll have dueling chaos fights.
Yeah, Thavian Hawk making up some time here. We're 1 fiend apart here. Maple's buffed up that thief. Tiamat not hitting too hard. We're casting some locks and a cure 3. Meanwhile, 374 nuke on Thavian Hawk's side. Now the Black Mage goes down, but we don't care because now we have life. Just got to get that red mage to survive this battle, and we are good to go.
Yeah, depending on how many charges. Oh well, we've got a good number of charges of life and life too. We bought both. So I think this is, Thavian's gonna probably make it through this time, I would guess. Here's some nice paralyze.
That's dangerous words.
I know. I'm commentator uncursing. How's that? We're gonna swap to the Vorpal, so for Chaos, who is no element, and so the Massa quote unquote doesn't work on him. Just doesn't give some bonus damage.
Oh, Maple now taking the reins. They are headed to the lead. We are headed to Chaos to see what kind of garbage is going to happen. Maple having a full party, though. Maybe this will be different. Maybe this is going to turn out for the best. Thavian Hawk only 1 fiend away.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Brought the Black Mage up. Should make it through with 4 party members. We'll have to see if sort of our experience stacking makes Thavian fast enough more than Maple for this to come to an end. And it looks like we're thinking about our turn here, seeing what the Black Mage is going to do.
Yeah, keep tossing that temper. You have to start swinging. Nuclear, swirl, they're all coming, Maple. They're all coming for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen, but so far we've only had some punchy. And
Just waiting. The waiting is what makes it the worst. Just that thief, 310 life. That's not enough to survive a max roll nuclear. 6 hits, 580 damage. Nuke comes out for almost
here's
200.
A swirl. Oh, and we're standing. So
it only takes out one character, but there's no character above 100. Softem, this is terrible.
This is not gonna go very well. Well, maybe it is. I think maybe it's not. Maybe if I say it's not, it will. Is that how this works?
Keep
I'm not really sure
swinging.
anymore. And we do have the dueling chaos fight, and we got our new. Oh, we got turn order. GG's for Maple. Just barely squeaking it out there with an official time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 39 seconds. That was good enough for 4th place while we see if Maple will come in.
Goodness, what a clincher. I'll tell you what. And Thavian Hawk, not to be outdone, not to be outdid, I guess. We're giving this chaos heck right now. We've got a couple of buffs. We got all the characters up. This is going to be our best run. This is when we do it. Come on, Thavian. 9 hits, 522, 2 hits, 100 from that fighter, and a nuke that comes out for 154. Chaos is probably half dead.
Yeah, I think 3 of those hits it looked like on Maple's screen. There. Just way more skin of the teeth here, while Thavian seems to be making pretty short work of chaos.
Thavian using some heals. I do not blame him. Fire 3 comes out, takes out tank, run under 320 hit points, but 8 hits, 359. Thavian Hawk downs chaos. GG's.
Yep, get the GG's out for Thavian, finishing at a time of 1:14:47, and I believe that we are joined in our booth today by both of our runners, if I am not mistaken. GG's Maple and GG's
friend.
Thavian.
Thank you. GG's. GG's Thavian.
First question to Maple. How's it going?
It's going all right. How are you doing? Oh, that was something else.
Tell me the moment that made you the most upset during this match.
Oh boy. It's funny because I just remember thinking at the start of this, like, wow, that sea dive is pretty rough. And by the end of it, there's so many things where I'm just like, oh, like lost items, lost like locations. I try to keep notes for entrance town shuffle, but mine aren't really thorough enough. So that's my usual ending to these seeds. Trying to grind out that last level, which I don't even know if that really seemed to help.
Well, it didn't hurt, I'll tell you that. You barely got through chaos, skin of your teeth, and turn order. Oh my.
Yeah. But yeah, that was wild though.
So switching gears over to Thavian Hawk. Now, you made it to chaos a little bit sooner, probably about 10 minutes ago. But then you found out that there was swirl, nuclear, and just had terrible turn order trying to get up to there.
That was just an example of the pain. Those bluebirds that kept wiping my party in ice, and oh, so many times I wiped during this run. It was pain. I finally gave up, went and got magic, and that was enough to carry me through. So, GG.
Well, to both of you, very, very good game. Though that seed was rough. That was one of the more rough seeds that I have seen coming out of this. Just remember that it was Hate the 13th that rolled it, and you can find him at 1234 Final Fantasy Randomizer Way. So you can send your hate mail to him.
It wasn't a horrible seed. Honestly, I didn't mind it. I was on good pace even with the wipes, and then I just wiped even more because wipes.
Your tolerance for horrible seeds is pretty high.
Like the only big problem I had early was when I went, okay, I should go back, get some levels, because I was still at 1 going into Sea Shrine, and then I forgot to buy a house, which made me have to run all the way back to Provoca again, at which point, when I finally made it down, found I only had 2 guys left, had to run all the way back out of Sea Shrine, and it's like, I'm going 2-man from this, and I just had to go from there, and it's like, those bluebirds, the birds, just the birds.
Oh,
Those,
what did they
those
have?
burbs were something. Because the
I
burbs
just
had
remember
thunder,
Lightning.
and then the wizards also had blizzard, or the mummies had blizzard. That it was
Oh.
just ridiculous.
Yeah,
The one
Wiz
time I
Mummies
tried to
had
drop
something.
this, the one time I tried to drop and see what was down on the floor below the spike or the tile in sea or in ice cave, and I was like, oh, it's that encounter. Oh my god.
I
So we
just
should give you-
remembered that I forgot about exit.
yeah, there was a couple of times we saw that you were like, oh look, there's exit. But you figured it out near the end, so that was nice. But not to interrupt you, but just want to go over the standings real quick for the race. We didn't have time to do that. Ale Markin, one of the best looking guys in Final Fantasy Randomizer, finishing off first place, 50 minutes 55 seconds, followed up by Ravioli, second place, 52:25. Third place goes to our Springo Bingo tournament, Shumdabi himself, 1 hour 10 minutes and 12 seconds. Maple, your finish is good enough for fourth place at 1 hour 13 minutes 39 seconds, and Thavian Honk following them at 1:14:47. You know, very good races. GG's to all the people who race this. And then I'll throw it over to Sofnum for some questions to our wonderful racers here.
Yeah, I think you mostly covered the things that I was going to go over in the seat. I guess one thing that I had been trying to do instead of like maybe final thoughts is if we can have our runners kind of discuss something that they feel like they need to take away into kind of training for the Duckling Derby. And we can start with Fabian.
Honestly, I've done a lot of rando seeds. Part of what got me into the randomizer, the shuffle options. So I wasn't too uncomfortable with this. It's just my choice to go 2-man. I'm wondering if that was a good idea early or not. And definitely the idea of getting more levels if I do go 2-man, because I was totally not prepared for nuke, and those turn orders in the end really did get me. So probably find a grind and get some more levels rather than just rely on getting more magic to get those bodies back up. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Maple?
I definitely need more practice with Entrance Town Shuffle. I've been running a lot of DD1, DD3, and a fair bit of DD2, but not so much Entrance Town Shuffle. And my note taking is just kind of lacking in general. Plus, I think I might also be. I think I might need to figure out a way to kind of mitigate seed bleed, because I am starting to have a lot of like, oh, this is running into this. So I'm kind of disorienting myself. But yeah, definitely I just need I need to work on Entrance Down Shuffle more for sure.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. But I think it's a great showing. It was really fun to watch in the booth, I have to say. There were a lot of really great moments, and I encourage you both to go look back and watch, since your finishes were really close and you were on a lot of the same fights together. I did want to just throw my plug back in here for Final Fantasy Randomizer. If you like what you see, go ahead and join us. FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You can use the randomizer. There's a bunch of great resources on getting started, trackers, how you get set up and everything, and also links to our Discord where you can talk to nice people like our runners and my co-commentator, or people like me who kind of hang out there. So it's a really fun time. I encourage everybody to come by. We're really nice people. So I will throw back over to Dead Pulse if there's anything I have missed.
Couple of shout outs that I got to give. One to Baron Von Bowser, subscribing to RPG Limit Break with Prime, 59 months. Thank you very much, RPG Limit Break. One of my favorite places to be anytime that I want to find content. So thank you very much for subscribing. So thank you to Hate the 13th and Odrin for doing the tracking. So these entrance floor shuffles are not fun to track. they're fun, but they're more challenging than other, and I appreciate that they were on the ball on literally everything that was there. So GG's to both of you. To the runners, Maple, Thavian Hawk, you put on a heck of a show. I think you showed a lot of good promise in these, and I think a couple more practices, you're going to be right in there and make this Duck Derby super interesting. I am Dead Pulse, the man after midnight. I was joined by Softum here in the booth. This has been a Final Fantasy Randomizer production here on RPG Limit Break. Next race we have going on is going to be Thursday. This Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel. Join us on the Discord and join us if you want to watch more. Thank you very much. Have a good night.